Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel today, wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about, has critical support zones been reached? What do they look like? What's next? We're going to check out the news, the charts, a whole bunch more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people and does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments. Thank you so much for those who take the time to write them. I take the time to read it and respond. Those who had questions in the comment section, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction, I can be found in the Discords. The Stocks with Josh Discord is below, as well as the Tribal Trades Discord. Which is closed, but we do have a wait list there. So if you do want to get on the wait, please make sure in the description below, click the more button. It'll pop out. There's an email address there. Email me there and you can go on the wait list. And of course, the Stocks with Josh Discord. I have my own Crown Traders in their channel. Crown Traders channel in there. It's been a late one, guys and girls, and I share education, insights, some trade setups, resources, and of course entertainment, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And so you can find that information in the same place in the description. You might just need to click the more button that will pop out there. Okay, so let's jump into some news and some charts. Bitcoin has reached a critical zone for the parabolic trend. You can see it there. If we are to maintain an exponential higher low, this is where the bounce needs to occur. And I would agree with that. We do need to see a bounce. We have reached critical zones, okay? And we do see Bitcoin is in its first price discovery correction. Here is a look at historical first price discovery corrections. Whopping 75% in 13 weeks. That would be scary. I don't think that's on the table, but you never know. But I would say we're not going to see 75%. 2017 minus 34% in 3 weeks. 2021 minus 31% in 4 weeks. And right now we are minus 28%. I'm not sure. I would say 12 weeks so far, simply because the high was in January. So yeah, I think the math is not mathing there for me quite on that one, and we'll look at that in a moment. So it would be more like 6 weeks in my opinion, since 109 the all-time high was. So yeah, 12-week pullback has been more in line with 2013 duration, yet I would disagree with that. Sadly, 109,000 was the top in January. Okay, so it's this quite simple. This is how you play the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. And yes, there is no doubt that those who are in pain right now are those that did not sell here. And this is why I keep saying on this channel over and over again, I panic sell the green candles, and I did panic sell up here, which is why there is capital there to deploy, and then panic buying these big fear dips, and I have been adding a little bit more Bitcoin to the stash there. Now, as far as altcoins go, we'll do an altcoin show in a little bit, but there are some altcoins that I think it's over for, and I think that also you don't want to be trying to catch a falling knife or buying a dip that keeps dipping. So certainly we want to buy the extreme fear, but we don't want to try and catch a falling knife either there, okay? And I would just encourage, the one lesson to learn from this bull run is when the profits are there to be taken, to take the profits. I'm an aggressive profit taker. I even did a whole series here about my whole trading strategy on my education tab of my cheat sheet that goes over this in great detail. So take the profits while the profits are there to be taken. And I did say, many months ago that I felt that this was a trader's market. It was no longer a buy and hold kind of a market for altcoins anyway, even as we've seen for Bitcoin, that it's been a tough ride down from 109 down to 70s, the high 70s there. And so it's been a trader's market. If you want to learn how to trade, come into the Discord. You can learn how to short the market. You can learn how to long the market. You can learn how to trade and make money when it goes sideways. You can make money in any kind of conditions. Learn to actual trade, not just buy and try and hold and wait till, you know, the unicorn with the rainbow and the pot of gold, or as the leprechaun comes and it's magically the top of the cycle and you manage to time it perfectly. No, I like selling these extreme green, panic sell the green, the big green candles, and panic buy the big red candles there. Okay, so learn how to do that. Learn how to be a trader. Learn how to trade each day and make money no matter what way the market is going. If you don't know how to use leverage responsibly and go short in the market and make money when it's going down, it's just a shift in mindset. When you want to make money on the way up, you buy at a certain level and you take profit when it goes up. When you know the market is going down, it's just simply the same, but in reverse. You buy at a certain level and you make money and take profit when it goes down. And lots of people are making money in the Discord, going short and learning how to go short and making money. Make sure you get signed up, okay? If you want to learn how to do that. While you're all scared, whales just bought 800 million of Bitcoin. They know what's coming, okay? So there is a lot of people buying the dip, but there are people that are panic selling as well. Textbook bull market correction, it's nowhere near the in Bitcoin's 16-year history, there's been 5 defined bull market cycles. During each one of these cycles, Bitcoin has had a large correction. Compared to the size of some of the correction, the current drawdown is in fact one of the least dramatic. Even if we do fall towards the 70K level, that's well within the historical bounds. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And I would agree with that, of course, for now. We're going to look at some of these critical zones. The highest long liquidation in Bitcoin since October 2021. That is kind of a little bit scary, though. That was near the top of the bull run there when Bitcoin topped out in November 2021. Bitcoin has finally filled the CME gap between 78,000 and 80,000. So that gap has been filled there. And so that's good news. And we could still go lower though. Okay, so hold on to your hats. Hold on, buckle up. This is interesting here. Bitcoin is decorrelating from prior cycles. And we are seeing this here. That is a little bit of a concern, although we did see dips here. And here and here, and we did see big dips here and here, and we didn't see that bigger dip. Maybe this is just a little bit late. This is the January dip here. Maybe this is a little bit later, or maybe the April-May dip come a little earlier, and we'll discuss that in a moment. And then ETFs experienced their largest single-day outflows on record. They're withdrawing a staggering 1 billion. Of course they are, because they bought at 40K back in January 2021. While many people were buying meme coins or altcoins that have now almost gone to zero, and they're now up over 100% in profit. Even at 80K, they're up 100% in profit, and they can now avoid capital gains tax. And this is what I have been warning on this channel for many months. Even when I first started this channel, I saw this danger that there could be ETF buyers who bought in January at 40,000, and then if we were to get up to 100K, 110K, 90K, they could then sell and avoid capital gains tax, but they weren't able to do that until they've held for 12 months. So the very first Bitcoin ETF buyers weren't able to sell until mid to late January and early and late February here. We could see a little bit of relief because we know in March the price of Bitcoin was at about 73K. Okay, and so if we get to March, some of the buyers in March of the ETF are going to be break even, and I think the selling will slow down a little bit. Now, it doesn't mean that we still won't necessarily have a red March. We have seen in the past, Bitcoin has had a red February. It's always had a red March. Only happened 2 times before, okay? And it's likely, obviously, we're going to have a red February now, and then the likelihood would be a red March. Or in some of those cases, that was like a 1% red March, okay? So it'll be interesting there. That would mean a little bit of sideways consolidations. We could go sideways for a little bit there. But that was a warning there. So just keep an eye on that. It just makes sense. People bought at 40. They can now sell, take the profits, maybe not sell the whole position, take the profits and avoid capital gains tax after that 12-month period. So every single day, there are new Bitcoin holders that can sell who have held for more than 12 months can avoid capital gain tax. But as I this number gets up to about 73,000 in March, and then we do dump down a little bit there. So this will be very interesting, but I do think it will slow. We are going to find a bottom here at some point. When? Let's have a look at the charts, because price is truth. And so I did say to people a number of days ago that the critical support line, I did a video on this and shared that this was the line we must hold. And what happened when we lost? 1, 2, 3, down we go. And when we lost this line, I said to you, we are coming down to the 200 EMA on the daily. That's exactly what happened. Then when we lost this level, I said we are coming down to the 200-day moving average. And that's exactly what happened. People were asking, is it time to buy? What level should we buy? And I'm like, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm sitting on my hands because I knew what was coming next. I've seen this movie before. It's not time to yet buy the altcoins. Yes, I nibbled a little bit here when we came down around this area. I nibbled a little bit because historically the 200 EMA on the daily in a bull run, if we are still in a bull run, of course, and I do think we still are for Bitcoin, has been historically a good place to buy. So that was fine. And then the 200-day moving average, I picked up a little bit more, just a nibble again, because again, historically, this has been a good place to buy. But this is really the big area of interest, because in the April-May 2021, remember, Bitcoin went from 65,000 all the way down to 28,000. It was like a 53% drop. It was brutal. And this is where it stopped. It came and stopped here. Now, it went a little under, had a couple close below it, not much, but didn't go far from this. And so this is really the critical support zone here. If we were to lose this, obviously coming down to the 73 zone, and that would be okay, because you could go below, like we saw here. It went below and came back up and could have well closed above there. It didn't, and that's why I said, okay, now the 200-day moving average. Now my thinking is I would be very surprised if we didn't come down to this 50 EMA. Of course, we've got the tribal trades trend line, one line to rule them all, and that's held up as some support, along with the Fibonacci there at 79,871. Okay, but we did come down 78,258. That CME gap has now been closed, so that's closed. Now it's a question of, do we see this wick filled and come down and test this 50 EMA on the weekly time frame? Again, I'd be surprised if we didn't. It doesn't mean that we have to. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is all that we have here. But before I would start getting bullish, I would like to see some higher highs and some higher lows. I'd like to see a trend reversal. I'd like to see Bitcoin start closing above the 200-day moving average and above the 200 EMA on the daily there. That would signal a little bit of a trend reversal there. Want to make a higher high here. We've got the 27th of February dump there, and the high on that day was 87,078. So really would want to see us get back above that and create a higher high, obviously a higher low as well. And so these are the areas. Look, I'll be adding some Bitcoin here at around the 77K level, and if we come down to the 73,000 level, that would be where I would add a little bit as well. Of course, we do have the previous all-time high of 69,000, and of course that would be, we would now, if we lose that 73,000 level and we get down that 69, that does spell some danger. We're not there yet, so I'm not going to speculate, because we could never get down there, and we might not. I'm not saying that we will never get down there. We may never get down there. And so, and remember, historically, the low of an election week has never been breached before in history, around 66,800. So that's another couple of levels to the downside there. So those are my thoughts on the market at the moment. Let's look at the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And of course, I think on these shorter time frames, we're going to see a lot more liquidity to the upside there. There you go. Tons of liquidity on the 24-hour, 48-hour chart. Nice. That's why I like up there at 88,000. That would set a higher high there. So that's what we like to see on the 3-day chart. We've got some big yellow bands at 87 and 89,000. There's a little bit too low there. But the one that I really want to get out to is the 6-month chart, because that's the real big one that you can see. And obviously there is a ton of liquidity. I do think, look, even if we are in a bear market, I don't think we are. I'm not prepared to say that yet. You know, dead cat bounces usually happen. There will usually be some kind of a push up, and it gives kind of people hope, and then one final collapse to the downside there. Let's go to the 6-month time frame here, and as you can see, this is the only thing I'll say is if you come down here, there's billions. 75,000. There's 3 billion. 2 billion, another 2 billion at 74. 3 billion at 73, another 3 billion at 73, and more billions, you know, about 10 billion at 73. So this 73 level here could be an area that we come down and tag. We come down, hit that 50 EMA with force, come down with a wick down, pick up those liquidations. That's why I've got some buy orders in there and some cheeky in there just in case it does there and that. So that's the next area of interest for me down there. If we were to lose this, we came down to 78. We almost tagged the EMA, the 50 EMA on the weekly at 77,000. So we still could come down and tag that. And look, we still could come down and tag the 73K, and we would still be technically in a bull market for Bitcoin there, okay? Maybe not for some altcoins, and I'll do another video at a later time on the altcoins there. But we'll leave it there, and until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.